Before we get into this video, we don't want this video to scare you or to turn you off doing contortion or gymnastics. We just want to spread awareness that if you are suffering from any sort of back pain, definitely go and get it checked out, because no one should suffer. There's help out there and ways to prevent wear and tear on your spine. All right, let's get on with the video. Enjoy. Miki Amoti. Hey guys, so I've just got back from my chiro appointment, my very first one. I was a little bit too nervous to film beforehand because, I don't know, I always get super nervous before any appointment. So basically, I didn't want to film beforehand because, yeah, I was just way too nervous. I decided to go and see a chiropractor because I've been having some really severe back pain. I've always kind of suffered from a sore back, but I've always been able to, I don't know, push through it and just keep going kind of thing. But this time it just seems different. Like, it's kind of getting worse and the pain is pretty bad. I know it's time to go and see someone about it because it's just really bad. Like, at the moment I'm not able to reach my full back flexibility because the pain is just so bad. I was actually recommended to this doctor by my good friend and she told me the chiro was really thorough. She sent me for x-rays because I guess she's not going to make any adjustments, or she can't really help me until she can see what's going on. I won't really know anything until my next appointment. Hopefully it's nothing really bad, and I'm hoping it's something she sees like every single day and she can just like help to reduce the pain. Appointment where I got the results from the scans that I had. At the end of your follow-up visit, you get this card and it tells you basically everything she found on the scans. So apparently my hips are out by 6 millimeters, which explains why one of my legs is a bit longer than the other. It's not like super obvious, but I have noticed it in the past. And I also have spondylolisthesis.
What you've got going on is called a spondylolisthesis. So what that means is the joints that hold your lowest vertebra, so your L5, to your sacrum are no longer connected. Sometimes people are either born with a defect in that path, or it can break due to certain traumas. When that happens, when the body is under certain strains, which for you would be that contortion component of your acro, the joint can slide on top of the other forward. Okay, so that's where that spondylolisthesis comes from.
So basically my lower back has shifted forward and it's out of place, and that's why I've been having so much pain. Like, my spine has worn in a few spots, which does happen over time, but obviously given the nature of what we do, it's happened a lot faster to me. It's not good because obviously that causes pain. It's putting pressure on like nerves and stuff. The chiropractor, she's really positive and she's gonna try and do her best to get me back in alignment so that when I do all my contortion work, like, I'm not in too much pain. So the chiropractor has given me a treatment plan and I have to see her twice a week for the next 5 weeks. And on the 12th visit, she'll like reevaluate and just see where I'm at and see if things are improving. So I just had my second adjustment, still getting used to that good old neck crack that she does. Kind of feels good though, so scary but good. I know I said I was going to take you guys in with me, but we have to get permission. I'll see you at the next adjustment. Hey guys, so today I had my 4th adjustment. I think it's going well. I always feel quite good immediately after I get adjusted because, I don't know, I guess I feel like aligned, and I don't know, I guess I find the cracking like satisfying because normally part of my warm-up is actually cracking my back. So I'm kind of used to the whole cracking thing, so it doesn't really scare me. The only one that gets me still is the neck, like when she cracks my neck, because I've never actually cracked my neck myself, so it's a lot, but it feels really good after she does it. I'm kind of taking it easy in terms of bending my back. Like I'm not pushing my back to the max, like I'm not really doing any contortion work because I want this to really work, which is hard for me because when I do things, I hate not giving 100%. So when it comes to acro class, me not doing the contortion work frustrates me because I just really want to do it. I'm trying to be good and I want the best results possible, and I think taking it easy is gonna help. So guys, that's the first time that Dr. Leah has actually told me that she can see some improvement and that I'm getting stronger, and I guess that my body's staying in alignment. Next time I'm actually going to take you in with me so you can see kind of what goes on, what she does, like with the adjustments and things like that. I wanted to take you guys in earlier, but I had to actually get permission. So yeah, I've got permission, and I hope you guys can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about.
Here we are, never been here before. There's skulls, and there's bone structures.
Spines everywhere.
This person should be doing a leap.
Welcome to the room of death. Kidding, that was a joke. This is my 7th adjustment, guys. I'm not sure what Dr. Leah is gonna say.
Thanks for leaving us out on the other 6 adjustments.
Some. These are my problem areas. It's not funny.
Fix you up anyway. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
You guys probably weren't expecting me on this vlog. I've actually decided to fix my back as well at the same time as Teagan because I've always had problems as well. I didn't really want to go get help, I was in denial. Nah, my back was alright and then it hurt the other day. I was like, I should probably go get this fixed because we have a performance coming up and I don't want a sore back when I'm practicing. So yeah, this is my first initial consultation. So we're gonna bring you guys in because you didn't get to see Teagan's. So yeah, you get to see what the first consultation's like.
So all we're going to do first up is we're just going to have a chat about anything that you feel on your body, anything that feels uncomfortable, and then from there we'll get you on the table and I'm going to do a few exams, a few tests. If there's anything that worries me, sometimes I send for images, like in Teagan's case I definitely had to.
We kind of preempting that.
Well look, given the fact that you're very genetically similar,
I think we've already booked our appointment.
they're ready to go. Ready to go. Yeah, we'll go through it that way as well, and then what we do is we get you back in and I'll run through everything that I found with you, and then we come up with a plan that's tailored for you. Let's start. Tell me what's happening.
When my back's really bad, I have trouble even like bending to put my shoes on. After we practice and do acro, that's when it hurts. But some days I'll be really good and it won't hurt at all. But
Yeah.
obviously.
So it comes and it goes.
Yeah.
Now show me on your lower back where we get it. And when it comes on, is there anything that you do that makes it feel better? Can you do anything or do you have to just kind of ride the wave?
Just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, no. A lot of people do that. They do. They're just like, all right, this is me. Now, when your body is under stress, it starts to shift how your spine sits. So it doesn't have to be, you know, those big movements. It can literally just be sitting at your laptop for hours on end. That can really start to stress out the spine, and people will find that they'll be, let's say, driving home from their 9 to 5 and they'll have their, you know, they'll be showing, they'll be like, whoa, I'm really stressed. They cause your spine to move out of alignment, and you can see it actually starts to push down onto the nerve a little bit more. So it causes nerve irritation. So as chiropractors, that's what we're looking at, because you can imagine there's a flow of messages that goes from your brain down your spinal cord and it goes out through this nerve root. Or in more serious cases like Teagan's, it really affects a lot more because of the severity. So that's a more intense pressure. And obviously as you guys are twins, we need to make sure that's not going on with you as well, okay? Because it can be a genetic thing. It doesn't have to be, you know, an actual trauma that caused that. It can be a genetic thing as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see how well the nerves from your lower back can talk to the muscles in your legs. This is not normal for most people. Alright, so we'll do your images. And then same thing, we'll come back in and I'll break it all down for you and I'll show you exactly what's going on and we can get started. You are all done.
Hello everyone, I'm back. So last that you guys saw was me at the chiropractor for the first time. After that I went and
had an x-ray. It was all good, totally fine. Not really had a meltdown after. So yeah, now I'm going for my second appointment where Leah gets to look at my x-ray and go, yes, you've got this, or you don't have this, how amazing. Hopefully nothing too bad is going to be on the x-ray, but who knows, you guys will find out too. Teagan had 25 problems.
That's good. Okay, you ready? Amazing. So, you remember the 3 stresses that I spoke to you about that are constantly working on the spine? I've got your images. I went through them all. Good news is it's not as bad as Teagan's. It's just... but there's still a few little things going on, so I'll show you what's going on there, and obviously I'll come up with your plan as well. What I do want to do is show you where you're at in terms of this spine wear and tear. This is where everybody starts off. So you've got your 2 spinal bones, you've got your disc in the middle, but this one, it's happy, it's healthy, plenty of room for the nerve roots, all of those messages are getting through nice and easy. And then the stresses build and they build and they build, and then this starts to happen. I want you to have a look at the disc sitting between. What do you see is going on? Thinner. Yeah, it is, exactly. It starts to grind down and it literally pushes out and gets thinner. This is phase 1 of spinal degeneration. So this is where you're mostly sitting in your images. Yeah, that's great. It's good. That's what we want. Let's go. So we want to keep it that way, essentially. And where's Teagan? We were further down this way, weren't we? So with Teagan's, she had progressed to this one a little bit, which is phase 2. So I'll explain that one to you as well, but you can see pretty much that disc gets a lot thinner. And then from there, what happens is your body starts to put in these extra bits of bone. With that, you can see though that there's a lot less space there for your nerves to exit as well. This is more Teagan, but again, hers, she had that more progressive spot down the bottom, which made this happen a lot quicker for you. Now this last phase, neither of you are here, but I also never want you to be here because this is really not a good place to be. This is your phase 3, but you can see that that disc pretty much wears down to nothing, and that's not good, right? And then your body will then try and fuse you over using those bony pieces. Obviously you start to become extremely restricted, it's really painful, and you can get all sorts of changes start to happen to your nervous system there. So ideally you want to stay away from that as long as possible.
So what you're doing and what you've done for Teagan already, you can see improvement?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Absolutely. So what we do is, once we're starting to get through the adjustments, is we recheck it every week. So I make sure that all of her muscle testing is starting to improve, and obviously the style of adjusting we start to change along the way based on what's going on as well. So she's definitely starting to improve, and we can tell that that irritation is starting to go down.
Can you feel that, Teagan?
Yeah. So I'll just show you, for example, like this. None of this is overly exaggerated, but it just gives you an idea of what we're looking at. So there are multiple of these sitting where they shouldn't at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll go in and adjust them. But what you'll feel is after a couple of days, it's going to pull itself back to what it knows. So your muscles, your ligaments, your brain thinks that this is your normal, essentially. So we've got to retrain it out of that pattern. So it thinks that this is your normal now, which is why exactly with Teagan we have them a little bit closer together when you first start coming in with your adjustments, and then we start spacing them out. This was similar to Teagan's, so these bones should be nice and square. They're starting to just kind of curve forward at the front, but again you guys do some extreme movements. So this is obviously a pattern I've started to see in the 2 of you, because you do push your spines to the extremes in terms of movement wise. So it started to wear those ones down just a little bit, nothing major though.
So when you do this manipulating, is that going to improve that from getting worse?
It's hard to say, but it doesn't usually, like once the structural changes have happened, they don't typically reverse. But what we can do is stop it from progressing, or slow it down at the very least, yeah. Especially with the high sort of intensity stuff that you do, it's really important that you have certain interventions in place to stop that stress going through your body as much.
You just want to stop it from getting worse.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you want to continue doing the stuff at the intensity that you are, or the volume that you are. Take a seat for me. Sit down! You've got your own little handout. It's been tailored to you. So it's just got more information in here just about everything that we've talked about. This is where you're at in terms of your spine. So this is at phase 1 of spinal wear and tear. Now you had 27 abnormal findings when you came in for your initial last week. So that covered all your orthopedic, neurological tests, and 27 of those didn't quite hit the mark. Do you remember what yours was, Teagan?
I think mine was 25.
Interesting. So yeah, yours was higher, although your actual image findings were a little bit less. But that just tells me that your body is just trying to speak out a little bit more. It's trying to tell you something's not right. So I've come up with your plan to get you back to normal. If it doesn't work for you though, that's totally fine. Just gotta let me know. But I know you guys are gonna be great because you've already been great so far. I recommended twice a week for 4 weeks, so it's a little bit less than Teagan's because hers was a little bit more progressed, but your findings were also a little bit more. And then what I want to do is just drop you down to that once a week, okay? And that's where we start maintaining those changes and getting your body used to not needing me as much. In the middle there, we have what's called a review visit. We go in and we check everything again and make sure it's all changing to how we want it to be. Yes.
We normally start practicing 2 weeks before that.
Okay, cool. So we're definitely going to be pushing the boundaries a lot quicker, which is fine. At least you just tell me the truth straight off the bat.
Oh my god.